Hey. So, my life is very strange, you guys. It's very strange because weird shit happens to me a lot. And today was a perfect example. Okay, so I know I probably should take off this fucking hat, but I don't feel like it. So I told you guys that I lost my phone, right? I lost my phone on Christmas. It is Saturday. Well, technically it's Sunday. But I didn't have my phone for, let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I guess like 4 days I'd have my phone. And hold on one second, you guys. Bear with me. I need to put my seatbelt on. And not because I really want to, but because there might be cops about. You know that you don't need to put your seatbelt on, though, considering the fact that it's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Are you gonna go? You better fucking go. Fucking piece of shit. There you go. Oh, God. See, this is what it's like to drive with me, you guys. I'm just full of passive aggressiveness. Well, see, this person was behind me, and then they, like, speed up real fast to, like, get in front of me. I don't understand that. Anyway. You were having such a nice conversation. I was. Such a lovely conversation. Okay, so. Anyway. So I didn't have my phone for like 4 days. I didn't have my phone. And there were people at work that said that they had seen it. Because they remembered, like, holy shit, that's a flip phone. I didn't know that anybody still possessed one of those. And there's this friend of mine that I worked at Wendy's with who knows that I have a flip phone. He's like the only one at Steak and Shake that knows about that. And he was at work, like, when I wasn't there, like, the next day. And so I just assumed that, you know, he probably scooped it up so that he could give it back to me later, right? Well, I went in tonight and I asked him about it, and he was like, I don't have your phone. You know, he just, like, started laughing. And I go to leave. I go to get my bag. And then I noticed that my phone is just sitting in my bag. What the fuck? This is my life, okay? This is the kind of shit that happens to me a lot. I don't understand why he would lie about that. But at the same time, it's like, he's a lot like me. Like, we have very similar psychological problems. And lying is a pretty common trait for borderline personalities. And they lie about stuff that it doesn't even make sense to lie about. So, I mean, what I don't understand is, like, he just made it blatantly obvious, like, what happened. And, I mean, I don't care. Like, I have my phone. That's all that matters. I don't care how I got it. I mean, maybe God put it in my bag. I don't fucking know. But I just think it's funny. But, anyway. I just thought I'd tell you guys this story of how weird my life is. But I really do appreciate, like, random shit like this that happens to me. Like, I appreciate losing something because then I can find it later and be really excited that I found it. Or excited that it just randomly shows up in my fucking bag. That's just weird, you know? But people have been blowing my phone up because they all thought I committed suicide, apparently. Like, people at my other job were like banging on my door and shit. See, this is the thing with me. It's like, I know that a lot of people care about me. And I mean, I know that I'm a good person, and I know that I am a good worker. And so people are concerned, you know, that, and not just because, like, if I committed suicide, I wouldn't be able to work anymore, for obvious reasons. I'd be dead. But, it's like, I know that people actually care. Like, they legitimately care about me as a person. And it just makes me feel like shit because I'm just not like a regular person, you know? Like, it's really hard for me to contact people and stuff. And so they kind of interpreted it as like, fuck you, the fact that I haven't had my phone for like the past 4 days. And so I couldn't contact them to tell them that I wasn't coming to work. And so they kind of looked at that like, oh wow, like Amy doesn't care at all. Like, she doesn't care about how she's like emotionally manipulating people. I mean, I understand that's like the kind of shit that I used to do when I didn't know any better. But now I know better, and that's not excusable behavior. But just like reading these texts from people, it's like, fuck, like I hate letting people down. And I feel like I hate letting people down so much that I end up letting people down because of that, you know? But yeah, that's just funny. Everything's funny. In some kind of way it is. I'm really lucky. Really fucking lucky. And not just to have my flip phone back, but you know, I just feel blessed. Like, I legitimately love this job. I think that I legitimately love it because it allows me to, like, be this person that I am inside my head. And I feel like that's what people want. Like, that's the end goal. Ultimately, for everybody that exists in the planet. In the planet, on the planet, around the planet, whatever. It's like, we all just want to be closer to that person that we really want to be. You know, like that the person that we are when we're alone. And God damn it. What? I left my fucking coffee. Oh, like it matters. Jesus Christ. They're not gonna throw it away, don't worry. They're gonna know that it's yours too, because nobody else carries around a fucking Chicago coffee mug. Just don't drink it tomorrow, whatever you do. Yeah, but I don't know, like, sometimes I feel really guilty for being the person that I am. But then I realize that, like, I wouldn't be such a badass I wasn't this way. You know, I wouldn't be so unique. I wouldn't be so weird. I wouldn't be so, like, ridiculous. So as much of a pain in the ass as I am sometimes, and I feel like people sort of have to accommodate to me, you know, because I'm so much in my own little world that it's like, I mean, like, people that don't know me, people that just meet me, are completely freaked out by my existence. And not just because they can't figure out my gender, but it's like, who's this crazy bitch that's like talking to herself constantly, and she's always laughing or crying. But it's weird to me that so many people like want to be a certain way, and they just drown it out because they, you know, they want to be liked, or they want to be accepted, or they want people to not think that they're weird. Because, I mean, you know, weird is definitely an epithet. But, like, everybody that works at Steak and Shake's a fucking weirdo. Everybody that works there is nuts. And they wouldn't deny it either. That's another thing. There are a lot of people that are fucking nuts, and they can't accept that about themselves. They're all feminists. Oh, you guys know that I had to go there. Come on now. Come on. Come on. No, feminists really are a waste of fucking space. And it's sad because, like, if they took half of the energy that they put towards blaming people for their problems, specifically men, specifically white men, cis white men. See, the term cis, that just started to be a thing. You know, that's what's so funny about, like, all these terms. It's like, I don't understand why you get offended because somebody didn't call you the right thing since we just started doing all this shit. You know? But anyway, if they took half the energy that they put towards hating men and blaming men for all their problems, if they put that towards, like, helping themselves, doing something productive, doing something constructive, if they just blame themselves for, like, every single situation that they got themselves involved in that they think was just somebody else's fault, if instead they pointed the finger back at themselves, they would be so much farther along in life. And I guess what makes me really sad, it's not just the fact that, like, okay, they're ruining comedy, they're ruining entertainment, they're ruining all these things that we really enjoy. But it's like they're ruining it for themselves too. I mean, there's no way that a feminist wakes up and likes herself. There's no way. Now, keep in mind, I'm not talking about what feminism used to be. I'm talking about what it is now. There's no point in being a feminist now. And not just because it ain't what it used to be, but there's just no use for it. Like, I used to, you know, like, hang out in, like, the LGBT community, and I mean, I don't have any issue with gays, but I think it's weird that, I mean, I say this having hung out and been a part of all that. It's just like, looking back on that shit now, I'm like, man, I'm really glad that I don't fall in line with all that anymore. I'm really glad that I can see that, like, separatism doesn't work. I find it really odd that people, they only want to hang out with people that have had like the exact same experience that they have, you know? Like, that's not healthy, y'all. It's not healthy at all. It's really important that we hear different opinions, get different perspectives. Then we'll know what's actually right and what's actually wrong. But when everything's conflated and nobody cares what anything means anymore, it's like that. We're on our way to communism, you guys. Like, people don't realize that. Like, one of the tenets of communism is, you know, to destroy the family structure. I mean, they're already doing that. That's what feminism's all about. That's what Black Lives Matter is all about. That and killing cops. Which, as much as I don't like, you know, authority, I don't think the solution is just, you know, destroying them. Like I said before, I think that there needs to be severe punishment for people that abuse their power. But there are plenty of people that have power that don't abuse it. Like, what was that quote? With great power comes great responsibility. I don't remember who said that, but it's true. So I don't understand, like, people that they complain about certain aspects of power and yet they voted for that festering cunt sword. You know, it's like, how can you complain about power? How can you complain about people abusing their title and shit and then support something like that? It's like the hypocrisy and the denial of that hypocrisy. You know, like, the fact that people would just write me off because I support the president, you know, and they call me names and they say all kinds of shit about me that's not true, rather than have like a debate, or not even a debate, just a fucking conversation. The fact that people don't even want to do that. It's like, I would gladly sit down with anybody that has an opposing viewpoint. And not just so I can prove to them that I'm right, because I don't think that's even remotely possible. I just want them to get a different perspective. And that's why I listen to other people. It's because I want a different perspective. Now, it's very comforting whenever I meet people that do support Trump. It's very comforting whenever I meet people that are conservative. It's like a fucking oasis. It is comforting when I meet people that obviously have the same mental illness that I do and they're not on psychiatric drugs. Like, that's so comforting. Like, my goal isn't to, like, make everybody conform to my way of thinking. My goal is to just make everybody think. Period. You don't have to think like me. I think like me. But nobody knows how to think like themselves because they're being trained. They're being conditioned to think a certain way. And by thinking a certain way, I mean not thinking at all. Just buying into it. I feel like we're pretty doomed as a culture, you guys. Like, completely doomed. I don't have any hope for these people. I mean, I'm 33 years old. The shit's been bad. But I feel like with the rise of technology and social media and all that crappity crap, it's just making it harder and harder to have like a real thing. Where that real thing is a real relationship or a real story in a movie or a real song with that person's real voice. You know, I mean, it's infiltrating everything. Just like, man, being a human being is like so underrated. Nobody wants to be human anymore. Everybody just wants a distraction from themselves. It's not like I'm surprised. I know what you're thinking, Vortex. Where were you when pagers came out? You weren't bitching about pagers. Dude, if you had a pager, you were either a doctor or a drug dealer. Had to be real important. Doctors are drug dealers. Yeah, that's true. It's very true. Take off that stupid hat. But I don't wanna. See, these are the hats they make us wear. Well, honestly, I just wear this so I don't have to wear a hairnet. They're less likely to notice that I'm not wearing a hairnet if I wear this stupid hat. And what's cool about these stupid hats is that you could color them and shit. Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna go get the mail. I probably got a bill that needs to get paid. Shit. I'm glad I have my phone. It's not really for me, it's just for other people that actually care about me. Like, I don't understand why people care about me. I mean, I know I'm a good worker, and I know that I say funny shit, and I know that I'm right about everything, but, you know, it's like, so fucking what? Oh, damn. It's actually pretty chilly right now, y'all. I hate living in Tennessee because, like, you don't have seasons here. It's like, it doesn't matter. Okay, I only got 2 things. See what they are. Insurance rates from Allstate. That's not my insurance company. Not that it matters because I'm not paying it. But yeah, you need to take care of that. Yeah, I really do. I really fucking do. But I don't feel like it though, because that's money. That's money that I can spend on a future comedy club. Anyway, yes, with Tennessee weather, it's like, it doesn't matter if it's December or July, you have no idea what the weather's gonna be, you know? Ooh, what's this one? Oh shit. You are invited. It's a church group. Hold on. Let's see what it says.
I
I hate it when they do this shit. Look at that. Y'all see that? Why would you put white text on a gray background? Like, that's just gonna hurt my eyes. What the fuck? Like, I can't even read this son of a bitch. So how the fuck am I supposed to get saved if I can't read this motherfucker? Anyway. Here's what it says. Oh, you're pretty. I know, it's my lips. Especially my upper lip. Start the new year strong. Join us for a 9-week teaching series beginning Sunday, January 13th about how to practically live with more love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. That was like a bunch of really good things that all essentially meant the same thing. And then it was like, and discipline. You don't want that, but that's why we're going to put that last. Let's see. God is writing a beautiful story at Graceland Church, and we would love for you to be a part of it. We are a welcoming community made up of individuals, couples, and families. We are all about following Jesus and loving our neighbor for the good of the city. Our prayer is for you and your loved ones to flourish like never before. During each service, we offer safe, creative, and exciting programs for children from birth to 5th grade. Whether you are brand new to church or have been following Jesus for a long time, no one belongs here more than you. Well, damn. For more info, please visit us online. Look at this picture, y'all. I bet they had no idea they were going to be part of this video. Look at this. Look at that guy. Look how happy he looks. He's the pastor. Apparently. That's what it says. Maybe you should go. No, I'm good. I'm good. I already have God. That's the thing. I think that, like, church and synagogue and mosque, all that shit is for people that, like, need to prove that they do it. Not to say there aren't really devout people that go, but I feel like a lot of times it's just sort of like it's just a routine. You know, it's like me drinking coffee. It's like that placebo. I'm not saying that God's the placebo, but I'm saying just the idea, the routine, the like that forced servitude. It's like you tell yourself that it helps, and maybe it does. But I think a lot of times it's like an excuse so that, like, you don't actually have to be the decent person you keep talking about, you know? We're like, well, I went to church and I dressed up too. God doesn't care. You're naked, right? You're naked when you're brought here. What the fuck does it matter what you look like when you're just sitting in the fucking pew? I don't get it. Like, I've never understood that. I mean, that's cool if you know, it's cool. If you want to dress up, go ahead and dress up. But don't think that God gives a fuck. Because he doesn't. I don't know what you're thinking. Like, who are you? Who are you to declare what God gives a fuck about? Are you practicing what you're preaching? Are you just preaching? I mean, I'm not gonna wear like my street clothes. I'm not gonna show up to church wearing my Jinkos. But I mean, wouldn't that make sense? Like, if you just show up, you come as you are, rather than like getting dressed up and shit. I don't know. You tell me if it's stupid. Do you dress up when you go to church, or you just don't go to church because that's dumb? Do you just read the Bible at your house, or do you not read the Bible at all? Do you read the Quran? What do you do? You need to read the Bible, damn it. I do. I really do. I'm on Leviticus. I need to get back in my routine. But, you know, I'll admit, like right now, at this particular point in my life, like it's just been really hard for me to connect to God. Just because I'm so into my illness, like, I feel like I'm always in this alternate reality that isn't going anywhere. Like, it's always waiting for me, you know? And so it's like calling to me constantly. You know, when I'm in actual reality, it's like when I'm at work, it's like the walk-in cooler is just calling my name. Like, Amy, come in here and educate us. But yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that, but it's more internalized. But I internalize so much that I externalize it. So that lets you know how sick I am. It's cool though. I used to feel real sorry for myself, and then I realized this was a gift. And it used to be a curse, but now it's mainly a gift. It's a gift of laughter. Sometimes that laughter's there, you know, because of the dark places that I've been in. More so mentally than, you know, actual, like, you know, in my life. I mean, I do have some fucked up stories, but most of my struggle comes from within. It comes from inside my cranium. But struggle's okay. Struggle begets resilience. Now, if only you tell all these little whiners on college campuses that shit, you know? Like, hey, all these fucking trigger warnings and safe spaces and shit. Like, don't you wish those people would commit suicide? I mean, they won't, though. They don't have self-awareness. But anyway, I'll see you guys. Goodbye.